From the moment Emma stepped into Miller's grocery that scorching afternoon, she felt something heavy in the air, something she couldn't name. Maybe it was the way the lights flickered. Maybe it was the way everyone stared toward the counter with wide, uncomfortable eyes. Or maybe it was the trembling old man standing there, bleeding slightly from a cut above his eyebrow, his hands shaking as he held a small bag of vegetables he clearly couldn't afford. But the real reason Emma felt the weight was because she knew this moment would change everything in her life. She just didn't know how. And she definitely didn't expect that by nightfall, her quiet street would shake under the roar of 500 motorcycles coming straight to her front door. Backhand index pointing right. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and humanity, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It truly helps us bring more life-changing stories like this. Emma was only 9, but she had learned early that the world could be unkind. Her mother worked double shifts at a diner, while Emma often walked home alone after school, carrying whatever groceries they could afford on a tight budget. That day, Emma held 3 crumpled $1 bills, the money she had been saving for weeks to buy her mother a small birthday cupcake. But when she saw the old man at the counter, everything inside her froze. His vest was tattered, stained with dried blood and dust, and tattoos marked his arms, faded by time. Behind him, outside the glass doors, a group of bikers stood silently watching, their jackets dark and intimidating. The cashier's voice trembled as she told the old man his total. The old man's face sank. He didn't have enough. Emma didn't know why her body moved before her mind did. She simply walked up, slipped her money onto the counter, and pushed it forward. The cashier looked confused. The old man looked stunned. Emma didn't say a word. She didn't need to. Something within her just knew she couldn't let him walk out hungry. She couldn't watch another human being break. The old man's blue eyes filled with tears that carved paths through the dirt on his face. His cracked lips quivered as he stared at the little girl who had given up her birthday plan to help a stranger. When Emma turned to leave, she noticed the bikers outside standing straighter, watching her with an intensity she didn't yet understand. The walk home felt strange after that. The world seemed too quiet, too still. Emma kept thinking about the cupcake she wouldn't be buying and whether her mother would be upset. But when she reached her small house, a peeling, tired structure at the end of Maple Street, she found comfort in knowing she had done something right, something her father would have been proud of before he passed away. She settled into her routine, helping her mother fold laundry, finishing her homework, and playing with her worn-out stuffed bear. By evening, the memory of the grocery store had begun to fade until the sound began. It started as a distant rumble like approaching thunder. The windows trembled, the ground vibrated. Emma's mother rushed to the door, panic tightening her face. Emma followed cautiously, and then they saw them. Motorcycle after motorcycle lined the entire street, stretching farther than Emma could see. The engines growled in unison, shaking the very air. Neighbors peeked through windows. Dogs barked wildly. Even the streetlights buzzed under the tension. At the front of the enormous pack stood the old man from the grocery store, cleaned up, standing tall, flanked by hundreds of bikers in matching vests. Emma's mother stepped protectively in front of her, but the old man raised a gentle hand, signaling peace. His voice, when he spoke, carried a weight of gratitude that softened every harsh line on his weathered face. He explained that he was the founding member of one of the largest biker brotherhoods in the region. The men behind him weren't troublemakers, as people often assumed. They were veterans, mechanics' fathers, men who had once walked dark paths but had pulled each other out. The old man shared that he had been in a rough situation recently, homeless and recovering from an accident, too ashamed to ask for help from his own brothers. But that day, when a little girl used her last dollars to pay for his groceries without expecting anything in return, he felt something he hadn't felt in years: dignity. Emma listened silently, her small fingers clutching her mother's sleeve as tears welled in her eyes. She hadn't known her small act had meant so much. The old man explained that when he told his brothers what she had done, they agreed that kindness like hers should never go unnoticed. They didn't come to scare or intimidate. They came to honor her. Then something incredible happened. One by one, bikers stepped forward, placing gifts at her doorstep: bags of groceries, boxes of food, school supplies, toys, even an envelope of money. It wasn't charity, it was gratitude. A way of saying that the world still had hope because kids like Emma existed. Her mother cried as she hugged her daughter tightly, overwhelmed by the ocean of compassion rising before them. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the last of the motorcycles began to roar away, the old man placed a small cupcake in Emma's hand, the same flavor she had wanted to buy for her mother. His voice cracked as he thanked her for giving him something he thought he'd lost forever: the belief that people still cared. Backhand index pointing right. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories to life. Speech balloon special request. Comment: kindness lives on. If you believe the world needs more moments like this.